Yeah, back at you with another sucker. This one is the Bandai Namco Godzilla action figure series, Godzilla 2023 or Godzilla minus one. This is the special gold edition. And I like this. This is Bandai's basically low budget articulated line, and it's really nice. I reviewed the regular version of this. And of course, I've been trying to get me some gold ones, to commemorate Godzilla's Oscar win, in which I was so pumped for that. So I try to get I reviewed the King Series gold figure. And I also have the Yuji Sakai special Oscar edition with the metal plate that comes with it that I'm going to be reviewing shortly. But yeah, very nice picture of Godzilla minus one on the front here. I love this box and the art. You have the Godzilla minus one G logo right there. Nice picture of Godzilla minus one on the side. Really, really nice box. Good picture of the figure and Godzilla minus one on the back with the 70th anniversary logo and the Godzilla minus one logo. Same thing here with the special gold edition Godzilla 2023 Godzilla action figure series. A very well done, impressive looking box in black and gold. So, yeah. Let's get this sucker out of the box and see what we got going on. All right, so now I just want to quickly show you the packaging of how it comes. It comes in several pieces here. You basically have to put on the right arm and leg, as well as the two pieces of the tail. And you're getting this beautiful gold atomic breath piece here, which is very, very nice. So that's how it comes in the package. Okay, so here we go. Now, I think this is a rather impressive looking figure. This is going to only run you about 20 something bucks. 25 bucks, I think it was. 20 to 25 bucks, something like that. Which is great because, as you'll see, it has quite a bit of articulation. And I'm loving that it comes with this beautiful gold atomic breath piece accessory here. So, yeah, I mean, for the price, the look of it, the sculpt of it looks damn near as good as the vinyl. And it's chock full of detail. And I get excited about seeing the gold version of this, quite honestly, because how pumped was every Godzilla fan when Godzilla won an Oscar, So, and, Takashi Yamazaki basically took the Golden Goji to the award show, you know what I mean? So after seeing that, a lot of figure collectors wanted, as many Golden Gojis as they could possibly find. I like this line from Bandai. It's like Bandai's version of Playmates, I want to say. You know what I mean? Like, as far as that goes, where you're getting bang for your buck. You're getting good detail, good articulation for a reasonable price. And that's a win if you're a figure collector. I'll say it time and time again. You know what I mean? You don't have to buy $150+ figure to get a good figure sometimes. Sometimes you could get a good figure for 10, 20 bucks. That's the bottom line if you know how to buy. And with this line, I feel like you're really getting your money's worth. It has, some strange articulation, but it actually allows for it to do quite a bit, which I like. It's different, the articulation. I don't want to call it strange, but it's just different, especially in like the way the feet function and stuff, and maybe even the head. But the articulation that it does have allows for some pretty cool poses, which I will show you in a minute. But I hope you guys are really excited for Godzilla Minus Zero. That's going to be coming out this November. Can't wait for that sequel, another Takashi Yamazaki film. So, Godzilla Minus One was a great, great movie that just did so well. And I am so looking forward to the sequel. I'm sure every Godzilla fan is. And another thing that I also can't say enough is the Godzilla Minus One design is, to me, hands down one of the best Godzilla designs of all time. He just nailed it. Takashi Yamazaki. It's mean looking, tough looking, and just, I would say that the Godzilla Minus One design is definitely in my top 3 to 5 Godzilla designs of all time. That's how good it is. And everybody loves the design of Godzilla Minus One. I mean, who doesn't like that bad boy right there, man? It's just a menacing, rough, tough, cool looking Godzilla. So I gobble up as many Godzilla Minus One figures as I could get my hands on because I just love the design so much. So let's pose this guy. All right, so we're going straight away for the elbows back, roaring at the crowd, Ginza pose here, which is pretty much the most famous pose from Godzilla Minus One. This is a nice tail off the ground pose as well. The feet articulation, while weird, a little weird, really helps with this figure to achieve posability and balance. You can see you got nice articulation in the arms and elbows to achieve this pose. And this figure is quite balanced, and you could really, I love the way the feet work in this, with this figure, where you could just, swivel those feet and really create some dynamic poses and balance in this figure. So, this is probably one of the most famous poses for Godzilla Minus One. And I'm very happy that this figure allows you to do that, which is super, super nice. So, yeah, you got articulation in the feet, the legs, arms, elbows, wrists, head articulation, which can do a lot as well, and the tail in 2 different places right there. So, super cool. You can get this Godzilla into a super cool, really nice looking running pose right here with the leg goes back. They come out a little, they go back. Some good articulation on the legs and feet with this. And you can achieve a nice running pose here, even though Godzilla Minus One was more of a plotter than a runner. But you can do a nice running pose with this particular figure, and it looks really good. So that's, Bandai makes these figures here for cheap prices, and they're really very, very nice. Don't sleep on this line. If any of you guys are out there and you've held off on this line, don't, feel free, because it's nice. And you'll find some joy and happiness in purchasing one of these figures. Believe me, you will. Because they're cool. They're cool as hell. And the gold one is super, super nice. Take a look at that. Beautiful dorsal place. Look at the detail. The nooks and crannies. Godzilla's skin looks great on this figure. And it's a super nice paint job. Really nice paint job. Right? Look at that. It stands out. So, that's cool. Let's keep posing. Okay, now this is about as high up as you could get him to look. Of course, the neck articulation is kind of, a little strange, the head and neck. It's on a ball joint, but it actually moves around quite nicely. It just looks a little weird when you look at him all the way up, but it's kind of cool, though. You could still create another, famous pose from Godzilla Minus One where he's looking up into the air, roaring into the air. That's super nice. The tail swivels in actually 3 places. It's not like a fully articulated tail, but you could do several different things with it. And we'll explore the tail as we go on, but I really like the the arm and elbow articulation on this. It allows for the elbow to be fully bent like that for that pose right there, and that's super nice as well. That looks real, real good. Yeah, now this is another tail off the ground pose. I got the tail all the way up here to show you how that's as far as you could raise it, which looks really cool. And this figure just has great balance. You know, I forgot about it I forgot what kind of balance this thing had from the last review, because it's basically the same figure. This is just a gold version, but look at this lurching forward pose right here and how you could really like bring Godzilla -1 to life. I love that, man. You know, that's so, so cool. And it's the feet. It's the interesting way that the feet go. You could just, you know, you turn them basically on the side like that if you want to get a tail off the ground pose, basically. Okay. You got to go like that. Get them flat. And you got it like that. See that? Amazing that a little $20 figure could give you such a dynamic pose. All right, now take a look at that. Look at that expressive foot stomp pose right there. I love that. That is so nice, man. When you could do a fucking cool foot stomp pose like this with a $20 figure and the articulation looks great, where it almost looks realistic, like Godzilla's really stomping, you got your money's worth in the figure. You know what I mean? Because that's dope. That is a dope pose. I might have to just pose him on the shelf like that. It's so cool. I love it when a little figure that doesn't cost much performs above its value, you know? And that's you know, kudos to Bandai for that, you know, because this is a cool little line. Yeah, nice foot stomp pose. And you could do some cool poses like this, like a looking to the side pose. You see the head turns nicely to the side. And the arms go wide. They bend at the elbow. They could go straight. They could bend at the elbow. The arm articulation is really nice. Like, the articulation is simple on this, but so, so cool. You know, really, really cool. How, you know, it's strange, the feet and the head, but they work. And the arms and the leg articulation are fantastic, in my opinion. They just, for a figure like this, they work great. And you can see the tail right here. You know, you just bring it down, and it's got a nice, very nice curvature to it, where you could have a shot of Godzilla just by checking out something on the side right there. Awesome. That looks dope, you know? So, yeah, I forgot how cool this line is, you know, and really nice to have it in a gold one. All right, so now I want to show you with the atomic breath piece in. You have to remove the lower jaw to put the atomic breath piece in, but wow, it looks nice. Especially when the light hits it, it really looks like he's shooting it out. And that's great, man. That looks kind of how he shot it out in the movie when he was in the water, basically. And, yeah, look at that from the front view right there. Awesome, bro. That's amazing. Come on, bro. This is a $20 figure, 25. I forget how much I paid for it. It wasn't more than that. Look what you're getting. That atomic breath piece is beautiful. And just look at how that figure pops when you put it in and shoot it, man. You know, you could create some very realistic, very expressive poses with this. And I love that. It really looks like he's shooting his atomic breath. Awesome, man. I mean, look at that, bro. Looks like he's shooting his atomic breath to the side. You can see the arm all the way out there with no bend at the elbow. Awesome. The leg comes out. You know what I mean? The leg pulls apart wide so you could create poses like that. And I bent the tail the other way so you could see the nice curvature that the tail provides. Give you a nice shot of him shooting his atomic breath to the side like that. Amazing, man. Wow, that's super cool. This is such a sharp looking figure, man. Well, I wouldn't have purchased it if it wasn't at the end of the day. But I love it when you could create a pose as dynamic as that, man. Very, very cool. Basically, you could turn his head and have him shooting the atomic breath up into the sky right there. That's about as high as it goes, you know. It is a little heavy for the head articulation, so, you know, at some point, that's about as much as it goes. But look at that. Look at that, how you can make it look like Godzilla shooting his atomic breath in the air. Look at that from behind like that. Look at that shot. Amazing, man. That looks fantastic, bro. Yeah, super cool. Want to make him shoot his atomic breath into the ground? You can. Look at that. And it's a tail off the ground pose. Look at what this $20 figure could do, man. What can't this do is the better question. That's dope, man. Could have Godzilla shooting a hole through the... Godzilla -1 shooting a hole through the hollow earth. That is fantastic. Yeah, man. Look at that, bro. Awesome. Maybe that's the shelf pose. I don't know. That's sick. It looks like it's built for that. You know, it looks like it's built for the atomic blast to be up against something. So to have it maybe pointed to the ground like that would be a nice way to pose it on the shelf. Just want to show you a little further what the arms can do. You see that? Like the elbows bend in and the wrists bend in to give them, like, you know, a ready to scrap pose, which is super cool as well. I like the arm articulation. All of the articulation on this thing is surprisingly underrated. And here's a little brighter for you guys so you could see the detail. The face is nice too. Face is nice. The gold teeth are all beautifully done. By the way, I know I didn't get to that, but look at the head sculpt. The eyes are really, really nice. The teeth look great. You can see inside the mouth. Eyes are on point. The sculpt for the facial sculpt and the sculpt on the top of the head is nice. Yeah, excellent. I just want to show you this to show you actually what the articulation allows for this figure. Absolutely incredible. The knee articulation is really good as well. All right, so that's going to wrap this one up, boys. Highly recommend this figure. Love what this tail could do, too. Tail could do many cool things. Yeah, this is it, man. This is like Zilla Fan 85 says, the bargain basement of YouTube. This is bargain basement. But it's bang for your buck bargain basement, you know? So, I definitely recommend this Golden Goji by Bandai, the Godzilla action figure line. Go out there and get this. Cheap figure that's worth every penny. All right, so if you like this, go get you some Golden Goji. And like the goddamn video, subscribe to my channel, and I will be back with more. I will have another bigger, more expensive Golden Goji coming. So, all right, peace.